Hi friends, it's Ashley from Ashley's Paper Heart, and today I thought we could do a little journal with me and my Hobonichi cousin. I'm actually doing journaling for January 18th. I know it's a little ways back, but I still wanted to upload this video. Something that I've been wanting to do more of this year in my journal is to do more drawing and art, just because I have the full book and I don't want to chunk it up with collage as much as I had in the previous years when I was using the Avec versions. It's something that I want to try. It takes a little more effort, but I feel like those drawings will mean a lot more to me when I look back on them than just putting in random stickers, even stickers that are like relevant to what was going on in the day. I feel like this is going to really feel better for like memory purpose. So what I decided to draw on this day was this tree that I saw on a hike that I went on after work. And something that I've been really wanting to do more of for 2023 is to get outside more, get in nature. We live super close to the base of the Santa Monica Mountains. And so I'm right here with all these beautiful hiking trails within like a mile of where I live. So I need to take advantage of it. I've been kind of a hermit for the past like 6 months, and that is definitely something that I want to change in the new year. We'll see if I stick to it. So far, I've been doing really well at getting out a couple times a week and doing some solo hikes, so wish me luck on continuing that throughout the year. And I know that I had previously said that I don't want to put a bunch of stuff like collage and papers into my journal. And I will say, caveat, I do put a tip in on this page. I know. It's like I say one thing and then I decide to do another. I'm not saying that collage is like completely out of the question this year, because I definitely did do some collaging in January. It's just not going to be as heavy as my previous art journal style was. So, more about this tree. This tree was like really interesting to me because it almost looked like a person, like bending over and twisting and contorting. This tree had actually looked like it had been through a fire. I know that whole area had been through a fire maybe like 10 years ago. And somehow this tree is like still standing. It definitely has like scorched parts to it, but also some bark on it that still looks healthy. So who knows if it's alive or not, but it's a really cool tree. So I started out with these Tombow markers. I'm really not someone who has used markers a whole lot in my art. I'm very much more of a painter. And so this was presenting its own challenges for me. Basically trying to figure out, should I put down lights first or darks first? And so let me give you a spoiler. You should put down the light color first and then do the dark. Do the exact opposite of what I did, because I do feel like it got a little dark and it got a little bit away from me. And once you put down those dark colors, there's really not a whole lot you can do to get them up to lighten it. So you live and you learn. I'm still really happy with how the drawing came out. I still feel like it was a pretty good representation of the tree in general. So, I'm still happy with it. So you see me do a lot of layering, and this is a technique that I use a lot in my painting practice, is I layer the crap out of everything. I like building up that dimension, that texture, and that's just something that I really enjoy doing when I'm painting, like, just regularly on canvas. So now I'm kind of like throwing in a little bit of a background. I'm only very loosely staying to the reference as far as the background goes. I really wanted it to be more, I guess, free flowing from what I remembered the background to be. We recently had like so much rain in Southern California that everything is incredibly green right now, which is not normal. Usually everything's like brown and dead. So I'm really enjoying that, and just having these large patches of grass and bush and floral things popping up. It's really beautiful. I wish that it would stay like that all the time, but I know come summertime everything's just going to be dead again. So something else that happened this day was it was the first time that my daughter had to go through one of those lockdown drills at school. You know, the active shooter drills. And my daughter is in kindergarten. And so the school didn't give us any advance notice of these drills, and I don't know if that's typical protocol. I'm assuming it is. We did get an email afterwards saying that there was a drill and that, you know, you should take this time to talk to your children about why we do these drills. And I'm just, I don't know. As a parent with dealing with this for the first time, I I'm at a loss, honestly. I feel like we as a society owe our kids, our teachers so much more. We we need to value their safety more than where we value weapons. I don't know. And I know a lot of people get upset when you talk about this stuff and they're like it's political, and I'm like no, it stopped being political when my child's life could possibly be at risk. That's not political anymore to me. And if you disagree, then, you know, I'm sorry, you're never going to change my mind ever. Um I love my children and I could never imagine anything happening to them, and it's heartbreaking that this generation and the previous generation has to deal with this. And who knows what long-term repercussions are going to be because we were too busy being distracted and too busy bickering among ourselves to come up with an actual solution. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. I'm sure some people did not want to hear my 2 cents, and you know, I'm sorry, but not sorry. So what I am tipping into the journal is my daughter's little coloring page. Something my daughter does so much is she writes me little love notes all the time. You know, it says, "Mom, I love you." And I think it's one of the sweetest things in the world. And because I was really heavily thinking about her today, and this was the note that she gave me that day, I wanted to stick this into my journal just to have that memory of our bond and how much she loves me and how much I love her. And that, I don't know, just a reminder. Just because I was feeling kind of distraught about the whole thing. And so this was a little bit of a comfort for me to have this little note in my journal. And so something else that happened today that wasn't like bad or anything. It was I had finished a baby quilt for one of my husband's coworkers and I mailed it off that day. I was really excited about that. I love making baby quilts for people that I know, and I really need more people that I know to have babies so I can make them quilts. I know that's a funny thing to say. So mid writing, my pen ran out of ink, so I had to stop and fill it up. I typically will use a syringe to fill up my converters just because I don't know, like something about getting ink all over the nib drives me crazy. And then, you know, every time you wipe it, it just pours out more ink. So typically, to save the mess, I just go with the syringe whenever possible. I have a lot of piston filling pens that I don't use specifically because I hate getting ink all over the nib. I know, I am so strange sometimes. So now that we're getting towards the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me do this journal with me. I hope that you are enjoying your journals this year. And if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.